Hey guys, welcome back to the Jay's Fifth Down Football Podcast. I'm your host Jay, and here with Devon Dorsey, a wide receiver at Miami of Ohio. I appreciate him coming on with us today. Devon, how are you doing, man? How's everything going with you? Football and all
I'm
that
good.
stuff.
I'm good, man. I'm excited to be on the podcast, and I'm grateful for the opportunity. And football wise, everything's good. We've just been going through summer workouts. That's pretty much it.
Okay, yeah, cool. So Devon, can you tell the audience a little bit about yourself, man, so they get to know who Devon Dorsey is?
Yeah. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. I went to Eagles Landing Christian Academy, and I've been there since like first grade all the way through 12th. I graduated from there, and played wide receiver all through high school. Got a scholarship full ride to Miami of Ohio, so I committed there, and I play receiver there still now, number 25. I major in psychology, and I plan to be a sports psychiatrist
Oh,
in the
okay.
future. So yeah, that's what I plan to do, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I got you, man. Sports like that's cool. That's cool, man. So at Miami of Ohio last year, you guys finished 7-6. Talk about what played a role in that, and what can you guys build upon from last year going into 2022 and beyond that.
Yeah, we felt like the season should have went a different way. Honestly, a lot of the games we lost, it was either just we were beating ourselves, to be honest, and like we would either start slow or we would allow the teams to come back. So I think our coaches and players are emphasizing this year that once we're up, we need to like remain on top, like know how to shut the game out basically against our opponents. And then when we're down, we need to know how to fight adversity and be able to come back from those situations. So I think that's what we're emphasizing this summer, honestly. And we got some new players on the team, a few transfers, so we've just been working to blend everybody in, everybody get accustomed to how we do things.
Right, right. Yeah. You mentioned finishing, like execution, finishing games. That's important. You got to finish all four-quarter game, bro. You and I both know it's
Yeah,
game is never over until that final buzzer sounds, right?
definitely. Yeah.
So,
You remember that Prince Avenue game?
yeah, I do remember. I'll never forget. How can I forget that
Yeah.
game?
That was crazy. That was good times though. I miss those times.
Yeah, man. It's nothing like Friday Night Lights, man. Nothing like it. But being a wide receiver, man, what? So you go out on the field. What's the mindset that you have once you take the field? And the ball's about to snap. What's going through your head? Take us through that.
Um, Once I get on the field, I kind of go out there with the confidence. I may not act like I'm really a nonchalant person, so I don't really say much, but I kind of let my game do the talking. But in my head, I'm thinking like nobody's out here they can't guard me, so I just play the game. I have fun with it. I just do what I got to do, execute my plays, be where I need to be, and that's it. At the end of the day, like when that ball's in the air, I got the mindset of like that's mine. Like I think of it like money. Like players in the NFL, they get incentives on how many balls they catch, and I feel like if you target it, you drop a ball, like you drop a money, and I like money,
Yeah,
so yeah,
yeah, yeah, man.
gotta
That's
go
that's
get
a
it.
yeah, that's a good way of looking at it. So yeah, man, and receiver is a very hard position. I know. I mean, I don't think I could. You guys, I feel like that and DB are really hard positions in football. Along with offensive line, but we're gonna get there.
Yeah.
But so playing in sports, man, in the collegiate level can be challenging. From what I've heard, and so what would you say helps you balance your academics, your athletics, along with your personal life, just all weighing all of that together, man? What helps you keep everything organized, tactical? Being a student athlete, especially now with how things are different in college sports.
Yeah, I would say it has a lot to do with balance, and I feel like my coaches help us out pretty much with that. Like they'll just remind us like y'all don't need to be going out around this time. Like pretty much when it's fall camp, like we're so busy, like we all know we don't need to be going out. Like we need to just do our schoolwork, and then focus on football. Get ready for the season coming up. And then, during the season, we should be locked in on whoever we're playing that week or whatever, like schoolwork, we need to knock that out. And then our coaches even tell us, like, when the season's over, that's the time to, relax, recover, go have fun with your friends, go see family, like around Christmas time and all that, summer. And even in the summertime, like right now, I'm balancing kind of like spending time with friends, going to the pool and all that, but still putting in that extra work outside of the times we got to be at the facility, like scheduled workouts and stuff like that. I still try to do things outside of that.
Yeah.
And then I feel like I reward myself, honestly. So, like, if I do something that day and I go hard, I'm like, all right, I feel like I deserve to go to the pool today, or like I deserve to go get ice cream with a friend. So,
Yeah, it's all just about finding that balance, man. Like if having everything equal, 'cause it's same. I mean, yeah, well, college is different, but you remember being high school is kind of like that as well. Um, you know, just balancing work and then practice for like what 4 hours and film for an hour after that, and you got to go back home and do
yeah,
work and get up for film and do. So I know at that level it's much more complex, but the fact that you're able to, I always give credit, man, to student athletes in college, man. It's still because there's so much you can have to go through, especially at that level. It's more complex, like I said. So props to you, man. Everybody, every other college athlete out there. Um, so how would you feel, man? Speaking on that point, with the balance and just being at the point that you are right now, how would you feel that your relationship with Christ played a role in your life up to this stage where you're at right now?
I definitely feel like my relationship with God has definitely had a part in how I'm even here to this day. I'm big, strong, healthy, and like I'm just blessed to have like the abilities that I have, and He blessed me with, and He blessed me with the parents that I have. So, they helped me along this journey as well. And like without Him, none of this would be possible. And I still believe that there's still stuff I want to do in life, go to the next level and everything, and you need Him to do that.
Yeah, you do.
That's
Yeah.
so like
So,
when
oh, go ahead.
also like when times get hard, like I think of like what Jesus Christ had to go through for our sins and stuff like that. So I'm like, if He went through that, like pushing this sled, it shouldn't be nothing. Like, just go ahead and knock it out. You
Right.
feel me?
Yeah.
It hurts. It hurts, but like at the end of the day, you just gotta do it. Like He just did it.
Yeah. Yeah. You just gotta go out and do it. Um, so talk about this, man. How, and this is huge. Talk about how big of a temptation is not to, compare, and because that comparison is a big problem that we all deal with. So how talk about how important it is to not do that, especially in sports, but also in life as well.
Yeah, I feel like God made everybody for a specific reason, and everybody has their own path. So like, you shouldn't be looking in the other lane, worrying about what somebody else has to do. Like, you might be getting to that same position they're getting to. You're just taking a different path. So you might see them later on in life, and you don't know what will happen. They could have decreased, and you could have increased easily. Like, so like, jealousy plays a big part in that too. A lot of people see what other people are doing and like how many balls they're getting thrown their way or whatever, and you just can't worry about that. When your time comes, like you got to be able to just capitalize on it and do what you can do. And you can't control everything. And I always remember growing up, like everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
that's what I
patience.
stand by.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, got to be patient. It's hard. It's like you know, it doesn't. You and I both know it doesn't come overnight. So it's just a
yeah,
process that you have to trust. I feel like and it's hard. But it's something like you said we have to do. In the end, we trust the plan. Things will work out. So it's just when we
correct.
go astray from that, some problems happen. So, now, especially now, right now with NIL, bro, and how everything's going on with that. All these college athletes getting paid, and what is your whole opinion on that? I just want to hear what you guys say about that and NIL, and everything going on with that.
No, like this NIL. deal stuff is like crazy. Like they're just throwing it around now, kind of, sort of. And like, for instance, I go to the smoothie shop on my campus like a lot, and I went in there the other day, and they were basically like, yeah, if you post us, like we'll take like $3 off your milkshake or whatever. Like it's just stuff like that. And now, because I'm a consistent customer going in there, they do it all they do it all the time. So I just get money off, and I feel like it's just a good benefit because we're helping them and they're helping us. So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, some of the deals out there are crazy though. Like kids getting millions of dollars at the age of like 18 and stuff, getting cars and stuff. Like that's crazy.
man, it's ridiculous. Like, I mean, the one I know, the receiver that went to USC, I can't remember his name, but you probably know what I'm talking about. Did they offer him so much money? It was
Yeah.
ridiculous. Like I was like, what in the world? But that's they're college athletes are finally getting compensated for it. Some of them are making even more than coaches, and it's insane.
Exactly.
So, but I'm glad they're getting paid now, and so and it's definitely having an impact on schools because transfers and things like that. So it's definitely something to look out for over the next couple of years. But
Yeah.
so then, what would you say, man? Is don't be biased here. I don't want a biased answer, but what would you say is the hardest position to play in football, in your opinion?
In my opinion, the hardest position to play in football, for me personally, or like for
Yeah,
like just everybody.
to you.
For me personally, I would say it's between quarterback and corner. I say that because quarterback, like they don't get banged up often. They don't have to run that much. Like, but mentally, it's like it's crazy. You got to know everybody's position. You got to know where everybody has to be. You got to remember the route combinations of your receivers so you could throw it on time. You got to know how many drops to take in your drop step. Like, there's just so much you got to know. You got to read the defense,
Yeah,
and like that comes a lot with it too because you got to audible off of that. Like, it's just a lot that comes with that. And I say corner also because you got to react. Like, you don't know what the receiver's running. The receiver, he knows the route he has in his head, so he could do anything. He just got to end up in that general area to catch the ball. The DB doesn't know what the receiver is running. I mean, they probably watch film definitely, but you don't know what the receiver's running at that time. You just got to react off of him. You got to make plays and you got to run. Like it's just a lot. But yeah, I would say those two.
okay, yeah, that's respectable. I will also throw offensive line in there. That
No,
might be a
no,
little
no. Yeah,
that might be a little biased, but definitely then because but I definitely think those three, and also I will put receiver in there because it's the route running has to be precise, and it's pressure
yeah,
like you can't drop this pass so
definitely.
definitely a lot of pressure with that. And then you played DB also, so you should know like it's insane. You're out on the island by yourself, so I can imagine how challenging that could be,
Definitely.
especially with how good athletes are now. So, now what would you say, man, are some things that you yourself can improve on heading into your junior season? Big year coming up for you. So, what are some things that you think you can get better at, improve?
Um, Physically, I would want to, of course, get stronger and faster, and I would just like to be able to come out of my cuts like with more explosion and like just more crispiness, like just 1, 2, 3, get out with a burst. So I'm working on that this whole off season, and that's pretty much it. Mentally, I just need to remember the plays. So once I learn the plays and everything well, like it'll just come like second nature to me, and that helps with everything. I can line up faster. I could read the DB faster. Like I could just do so much faster and be able to play quicker and more comfortable.
Yeah, that's good, man. Football is just as mental as it is physical, and it's technical, right? It's just the little things, fundamentals. Coaches preach about that all the time. I'm sure y'all's coach preach about that. Fundamentals. Little things, right? Those different things, right? Now, making sure you're lined up right and all that good stuff. So, but yeah, man. But Devin, I appreciate you coming on the podcast today, talking some ball with us. Going to your junior year. So good luck this year at Miami of Ohio. Good luck to you guys, your team. Wish you the best there. And again, I appreciate you coming on, man. I hope to see your name called in the draft pretty soon, man.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's the goal.
That's the goal.
That's the goal.
Yes, sir. So, but again, thanks for coming on, man.
All right, appreciate you, bro.
No problem. All right, guys, that was Devon Dorsey, wide receiver, Miami of Ohio, joining us today on the podcast. Appreciate him coming on. I'm your host, Jaden. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.